This is where it all started, right here on this farm. We may have grown over the years, but we've never lost sight of what was important to us. We're continuing that tradition today, and we always will be for generations to come.
Did you know, in addition to education assistance, UPS now provides housing for qualified employees through the UPS Kentucky Living Options and Opportunities Path, also known as UPS Kentucky Loop. You can work part-time in Louisville, go to school at Jefferson Community and Technical College, and receive housing for up to 2 years. Earn a degree or learn a trade. It's up to you. Loop benefits are available to those who live outside the Louisville metro area, whether you're just starting college or going back to school. It's time to get in the loop. For more information, visit upsjobs.com. That's upsjobs.com.
At Atkinson Sims & Kermode, we are here to help you get back to what matters most.
Helping you through your financial situation is our only purpose. We are involved at every step, guiding you towards relief.
A better life can't exist after bankruptcy. Start your bankruptcy for as little as $78. Call us today and take the first step towards a new beginning.
Folks, this is Gary Ball, and you hear my catchphrase, soup and a sandwich. When I want the best potato soup and prime rib sandwich, I head over to Rafferty's restaurants after my games. Check out Rafferty's 9 great locations throughout Kentucky, and all you teens, you can eat at Rafferty's before those big ball games. The open prime rib sandwich is what legends are made of. Ask Joe B. Hall, the legend himself, it's his favorite. Rafferty's a big supporter of high school sports throughout Kentucky. Rafferty's, where the special is you.
At Atkinson Sims & Kermode, we are here to help you get back to what matters most.
Helping you through your financial situation is our only purpose. We are involved at every step, guiding you towards relief.
A better life can't exist after bankruptcy. Start your bankruptcy for as little as $78. Call us today and take the first step towards a new beginning.
We are standing by, about to go live with our broadcast. We'll be going live here. Well, I know we're already live, Gary Ball, but we'll get into it here in about the 8-minute mark as we bring you this one. St. Henry and Frankfort going toe-to-toe here in Richmond. It's for the All-A Classic State Championship. Both teams wanting this real bad.
Crusaders of St. Henry are 15-3. Frankfort's record, we've said all along, William, it's not impressive. They won 11 games, but, man, they've caught fire at the right time here at the All-Age Classic.
Yes, they have.
Winners of 6 in a row.
Yes, they have. And St. Henry with that big victory on the season against Lexington Catholic. So a common opponent, well, I shouldn't say common opponent, but certainly St. Henry against the 11th region already got that big win, probably against the 11th region's best team in Lexington Catholic. So this one should be a good one. Frankfort's got some shooters on their team, so does St. Henry. Size factor might be a little bit hard for Frankfort today, but we thought the same thing with Duffy and Murray against them. So
actually, with Twombly, Frankfort has a little bit of an edge at 6'5", 6'6", whereas you got the St. Henry, Wyatt Veith is 6'3", and the Bessler's 6'2", so their biggest guy stands 6'3", so maybe Twombly they'll try to feed him a lot down low today.
Yeah, we'll see. Some of these guys look pretty big out here on the floor, like Big 44 there. Big 42 Teton. He's a big fellow. He might have his hands full today with Twombly.
Yeah, he's a backup player.
He'll be coming in off the bench. He got to play quite a bit against Hazard yesterday. We want to play.org. They are the reason why we can bring you this game here today. Rights fee sponsor. Appreciate that. We want to play.org, and we're streaming to their Facebook page today as well.
And as always, we thank Minky Beef Jerky. Minky Beef Jerky is the title sponsor on Prep Spin throughout the football, basketball, and baseball season. We can't say enough and can't thank those guys enough at Minky Beef Jerky.
Great fellas. Yes, sir. Great people. All right, 10:40 before we get this one underway. We'll step out one more time, and we'll be back here live from Richmond, Paul S. McBrayer Arena. We got the championship on the way.
This is where it all started, right here on this farm. We may have grown over the years, but we've never lost sight of what was important to us. We're continuing that tradition today, and we always will be, for generations to come.
Did you know, in addition to education assistance, UPS now provides housing for qualified employees through the UPS Kentucky Living Options and Opportunities Path, also known as UPS Kentucky Loop. You can work part-time in Louisville, go to school at Jefferson Community and Technical College, and receive housing for up to 2 years. Earn a degree or learn a trade. It's up to you. Loop benefits are available to those who live outside the Louisville metro area, whether you're just starting college or going back to school. It's time to get in the loop. For more information, visit upsjobs.com. That's upsjobs.com.
At Atkinson, Sims & Kermode, we are here to help you get back to what matters most.
Helping you through your financial situation is our only purpose. We are involved at every step, guiding you towards relief.
A better life can't exist after bankruptcy. Start your bankruptcy for as little as $78. Call us today and take the first step towards a new beginning.
Folks, this is Gary Ball. And
Welcome back here to Paul S. McBrayer Arena on the campus of Eastern Kentucky University, where the governor's in the house today. Governor Beshear, Andy Beshear, and of course I think Miss Jacqueline Coleman will probably be in here too, because her husband's the head coach of Frankfort, right?
Yeah, that's correct. That's correct.
Chris O'Brien.
Coach Chris O'Brien.
And what a job he's done. McClavick came back after the injury. He's been a catalyst off the bench. But I tell you what, this Frankfort team, upstart, they've got Chaz Alston, they've got Will O'Brien, Jackson Twombly. So they've got some guys that could really score the basketball, and they're going up against St. Henry. You got Alex Daniel, Wyatt Veith, and I think Jude Bessler, a 6'2 junior, is another big scorer. So this will be a good matchup. It's a good matchup for Frankfort and St. Henry here. Erlanger, St. Henry. You might recall that they went to the state tournament back in 2003 at Erlanger. Dave Faust is their coach, and Dave Faust, the coach of Erlanger St. Henry, used to be at Newport Central Catholic as a basketball coach.
Yeah, absolutely. And, St. Henry, we had mentioned they had beat Lexington Catholic early on in the season.
Yep.
That was no fluke. They are really that good.
Yeah, they are that good. And Lexington Catholic's that good. They're 19-2 or 20-2, something like that. I think when the 11th region tournament rolls around, Tates Creek is the host school this year. The district winners will host the first game of the 11th region at their house. But I tell you what, I think when you look at the 43rd, there are some really good teams with Lexington Catholic. Tates Creek's an upstart team in the 43rd district this year.
Yeah, they are. Tates Creek on the way up. They're climbing up the mountain right now. So great things over there for Coach Gay and his Commodores over there at Tates Creek High School. 11th region stacked, man. They're just young right now. That's the thing is, we had all that talent over the last couple of years that went on and graduated. Now they're young. They're moving on up. And, I think this year's a lot quicker. I see a lot quicker action out there this year than we have in the years past. But
yeah, I think it's going to be Henry Clay's a solid basketball team. They beat Trinity. They beat Trinity the other night by 10 points at Trinity.
Yeah, that's Is that 2 years in a row?
I believe so.
Yeah, because they beat them at Henry Clay the year before. We did that game.
That's right. We did, and Marquez Warwick is the real deal. He's a Division I talent going to Northern Kentucky University. He is for real. Warwick's a good player. Daniel Brown, you and I know him very well. Great coach there at Henry Clay. So those and Douglas. By the way, Douglas won the Scott County Toyota Classic by 90-89. William Warfield.
Yeah, that's amazing. You can't tell. Let me speak here. You can't count out Frederick Douglass. It's been a long week, Gary Ball. I think this is my 17th game.
17th ball game. That's reaching, of course, the legendary status of the Sweet 16. You do that every year, and I tell you, do all 4 games every day.
Yes, we got.
Good catch there, William Warfield.
Yes, sir. We got 30 games that we do. So we got 15 girls, 15 boys games.
And the girls is first this year, right?
Yes. Yeah.
We got a good crowd in here for this one. Man, there's a good crowd. Frankfort, they came over here well from Frankfort. About a 40-minute drive over here from Frankfort?
Yeah, it's not that far. Probably it may be about an hour, honestly, depending on which way you go. I assume they come down the interstate. But yeah. I mean, it's not that far of a drive. Now, St. Henry, they come, off of I-75 up north there.
Yep.
Hit the interstate and hit 64 come across.
About an hour and 15, hour and a half drive.
Yeah, 64 connects back to 75, so kind of where it meets,
Right.
Anyway, we got the 502 area code going against the, I believe, 859, right?
Still 859, yes, sir.
For St. Henry. I messed that up yesterday. I thought Frankfort was the 859, but there's a Woodford right there along the river. It cuts off, 859, 502 begins. So Woodford County and Frankfort, where they meet, that's where it starts. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in. We got about 3:05 left to go here before we get this one started. But Gary, let's put emphasis on this team. I tell you what, I really like this Frankfort team. They play very, very well. They're an emotional team. I think Charlie Ellis today could be a huge star for this Frankfort team. But the guy that really needs to step up is going to have to be number 14, Chaz Alston. Chaz, if he plays like he's played the whole tournament long, Frankfort go back home with a nice trophy.
And I think Will O'Brien, with his three-point shooting ability from the outside, will be a big factor for Frankfort as well. You look at St. Henry.
And he hustles so much.
Oh, yeah. Wyatt Veith has got to be knocking down some threes. Bessler has to be effective. Connor Shea. But you look at Luke Mayer, a junior. But I tell you what, this is a good St. Henry basketball team. There's a reason they're 15-3 against the schedule they played.
Yeah, absolutely. We mentioned that Twombly may give them a little bit of issue here today, but I got to be honest with you, I don't think that St. Henry's going to have big issues with Twombly today. I think it's the other guys that I mentioned today.
I think McClavic will be huge off the bench.
Yes, I think he's going to be good. And then Cody Teaton off the bench for St. Henry. He's going to be big
guy.
time.
He's a big guy.
He played big against Hazard.
Yeah, well,
crucial points.
Hazard was so big and physical down low, weren't they?
Yes. But Wyatt Veith, I mean, what can you say about him? He's a superstar. Just doing outstanding things for St. Henry, the Crusaders. I love their look. They kind of got the dark blue with the navy, I guess, but they're kind of look like Team USA colors out there.
Yep.
Just looking at outstanding out there. Those jerseys are nice.
Erlanger St. Henry. It's up there off. They got the new high school out there out Donaldson Road, and it used to be in Erlanger, but they kind of outgrew that. And then they built a new high school out there, Erlanger St. Henry, off out Donaldson Road, and it's a really nice facility. Got the baseball field out there, really nice baseball facility. I don't know if you've ever been there, but it's a really good academic high school. Erlanger St. Henry and Frankfort High. The Panthers don't really get the credit that they deserve for the great academic school that Frankfort High School is.
Yeah, definitely don't. And, a small school over there, the big school in Franklin County is, of course, Franklin County. And they seem to have all the attention on them, right?
Yeah, of course, you got all the state policemen behind you here because the governor's in the house.
I thought that was for us there for a second. I thought, we had extra security today because – this is a big-time game.
Frankfort and St. Henry, we're just about set for the starting lineups.
You mean the King of Stream and the legendary ball can't have security like that?
They moved down that way. Probably not. Probably not.
Maybe one day.
So we're about set for the announcements of the starting lineups, Erlanger St. Henry and Frankfort High School.
All right. I'm excited about this one, Gary.
Thank you, Governor. And it's equally an honor for me as Mayor of the City of Richmond to welcome all of you to our wonderful city, to see what is taking place this week, and to welcome many of you again as we've hosted several years this tremendous event. I have to be a little bit personal here. This is my alma mater. I certainly hope that in the days to come, the years to come, some of you will return here as students at East Kentucky University and certainly will study with us and maybe even decide to stay. government, so I don't want to stand in the way. Welcome again to the city of Richmond. May the best team win.
Governor Bashir for being with us. Mayor Black, thank you so much. Representative Fraser. We have given out this week from EKU $1.3 million in scholarships to all A student athletes and to all A students all across the state. Let's give a big round of applause to our admissions team. I would be remiss if I didn't thank the dedicated staff, volunteers at EKU and the city of Richmond making this happen this week, but I want you to know that we have loved having you in our city, at our university, and listen, let's go see a great game, great sportsmanship, great fellowship, great basketball. Have a great day.
It's always
Dignitaries.
it's huge when you got the governor here, man.
Yeah, we got the governor here and
Got the mayor
of Richmond.
At this time, we ask that you please stand as Mr. B.B. Kendrick delivers the invocation. And please remain standing for the national anthem.
Would you pray with me, please? Heavenly Father, we want to take just a few minutes in the excitement of a championship basketball game to give you thanks and give you praise for the blessings you bestow upon us each day. Thank you, Father, for the privilege we have of living in a free country where these things are possible. We thank you, Father, for two great schools. We thank you, Father. Lord, I would be remiss if I didn't mention, we thank you so much for the life and for the legend of Stan Stein. We thank you for blessing many, many students and kids in this Commonwealth through his work and through the All-A Classic. Father, we give you praise for that, and we give you blessings for that. Most of all, Father, we thank you for the hope you give us through salvation, through your Son, Jesus Christ. And it's in his name I pray. Amen.
A lot of hoopla before a championship game in there.
There is.
Number 24,
Hang in here.
So the starters, as William said, you can't hear when the public address announcer is giving you starters, but Charlie Ellis, he's a 5'8" junior. Jordan Blythe, a 5'7" junior. Chaz Alston, 6'2" senior. Will O'Brien is a 6-foot senior, and Jackson Twombly, 6'6" sophomore. So he's only a sophomore, William. You got Connor Shea, a 5'9" senior for Erlanger St. Henry. Alex Daniel, 5'10" senior. Wyatt Veith, 6'3" junior. Luke Mayer, 6'1" junior. And Jude Bessler, 6'2" junior. Those are your starting lineups. Frankfort will be in the white, and St. Henry will be in the navy blue with the red.
A lot of people may not know this or not, but this gym was built because of the bands. The sound in here, it's got the best sound in the state as far as gymnasiums go. The bands used to rock this place.
Tap is up, and it's knocked out of bounds, and let's see, they're going to give it to blue. So knocked out by Twombly.
One laptop gone already.
So this will be Connor Shea. He's the point guard for Erlanger St. Henry. Comes over on the right side to Wyatt Veith. Back to Connor Shea. Down low, there's a dump and a shot with the left hand up and in by Wyatt Veith. So Veith gets the scoring started for Erlanger St. Henry. 2-0. Crusaders on top, and Ellis works it across, over to Alston, over to Blythe. Looking for Twombly, can't get it to him. Out to O'Brien, fakes the three, now moves in a little bit closer, and it rattles in for Mr. O'Brien.
That was a nice shot. You know, he saw the defender coming to him. He was already in the air, so O'Brien, what does he do? Goes to his right a little bit and inside makes the shot.
Kick it over the right side to Bessler. Back out top, they swing it to Daniel. Down low, trying to go, and that's Veith. He'll stop on the right side and pop in a three. First 5 points by Veith.
Big time shot. Big players step up in big time moments.
Blythe working it across for the Panthers of Frankfort. Over to Alston. They swing it in the corner to Will O'Brien. There's another O'Brien, Nathan, on the team.
Yep.
Blythe down the lane. He's got an open lane. Left hand high off the arc, and he banks it in as he arced it way off the backboard.
What a shot.
Tough shot. Right side with it is Bessler, and we're going to have a foul called on Frankfort. Usually you see somebody step in there and take a charge, but that didn't happen.
5-4, Gary, is where we're at. I think this is going to be up and down all game long.
At the line will be Erlanger St. Henry's Jude Bessler. He's a good-looking junior, 6'2". Free throw, nothing but net. This St. Henry team can flat shoot the basketball.
Yeah, and they're good at the free throw line, too. The team was shooting like 70%
yeah,
as a combined.
They do everything shooting well, don't they? From the field, from three. Bessler knocks down a second free throw. 7-4. Crusaders on top, 6:35 here, first quarter. Gary Ball with William Warfield, the king of string. Across the line, Ellis being dogged out there by Daniel. Kicking in the corner, O'Brien. Some contact there, but O'Brien works through it. Looking for his teammate. Gives it to Alston. To the basket. Off the glass. Up and in. Nice move there by Chaz Alston.
Yeah, Alston's quick to the basket. He's got that quick first step, and those finger rolls look pretty when he makes them happen.
Back it comes to Veith. They swing it over to Mayer. Mayer to the basket. Off window. No. And nice rebound by Mr. Alston. He did a good job on the boards for – he's done a good job all tournament long for Frankfort on the boards.
He's been the star, I think, for this Frankfort team.
Yeah.
Him, O'Brien, and Ellis, I mean, all those guys have been big time.
Yep.
And Twombly as well.
Nathan O'Brien, I think, has already checked in. Or is that McClavick? That's Nathan O'Brien's got it on the right side.
Yeah.
Comes to Will O'Brien. Man, Twombly got out there in a hurry, didn't he?
Well, it's a fast tempo game right now. You're going to let your big guy sit down till you need him.
Might have picked up a foul, too. Ellis works it down low, gives it to Alston. Alston penetrating, trying to go down low. It's knocked away, and dribbling it out of bounds will be Veith, and they're going to give it back to, and out comes back, Twombly comes back in the game. Is that an offense for well, there comes Twombly back in for offense. 6'6" sophomore. Trying to post up low. Now they get it, and Will O'Brien's got it. Stops on the right side. Kick it out. Blythe, a high arcer. No good, and rebounded, long rebound coming out to Daniel. Daniel working across. He's got the full beard working.
Got a nice haircut, too.
Mayer out top, and there's going to be a three-pointer. That's going to be in and out for Bessler.
Kind of got the V going down the side, about an inch up high, shaved, and
Alston.
then the V.
Alston down low. Hangy won't go. Batted around, and coming down there with it is going to be Erlinger. Senior, good ball handled by Shea. Kicks it over in the corner to Mayer. Swing it back out now. Veith here is working with it is Veith. He throws it away. Blythe with the bust out, the quickness, puts it up and in. That's quickness there by Jordan Blythe, the junior.
And he was quiet the last game, and today's kind of coming out party in this tournament right now.
He's made some noise in this one. Here's a jumper, and it rolls in there on a nice soft touch by Bessler. Gives the lead back to St. Henry, 9-8 after Frankfort had it for all of about, 10 seconds?
Well, I got a feeling it's going to be like that all day, Gary.
Blythe kicks it over to Twombly. He lets a three rip, and he knocked it down. Twombly with the short, a big guy can step out.
He's got range.
11-9, Frankfort up top.
Kind of like Cherokee Parks. You remember that guy for Duke?
A block by the official, William. You have to bear with me. Spinning, Veith, and puts it up too strong. Austin there battling, and that should be they're going to call a jump ball.
And on that shot, Twombly actually got a piece of that rock. He made him alter that shot a little bit because Twombly had his hand on that ball.
Reed McClavick will check in. Boy, I tell you, it's a revolving door, and out will be Blythe, who played very well.
This up-tempo basketball game, you got to keep your legs fresh in this one, so he's subbing quite often.
Will O'Brien will try to work it across. He gives to Alston. 3:35, 11-9. Frankfort on top of Erlanger St. Henry. Alston kicks it over to O'Brien, lets the three go off the rim, no good. Rebound, a nice rebound by Bessler. Bessler brings it down floor, kicks it back to Daniel. Back it comes now to Veith. Down low they go, and then big guys just checked in, Teton, and he's off glass. It rolls out.
Remember, I told you that matchup's going to be important tonight.
Cody Teton couldn't get that one to go. 3:04 to go in the first period. Twombly open from the same spot he hit the last three. This one's up, and it's off the mark this time. Tapped around, keeping it alive was Veith. Down floor, Daniel. Daniel trying to go down low down to Teton and kicked out of bounds.
Here's one thing you can't do against Frankfort, and that's those bounce passes inside the paint. Will O'Brien will be there every single time. If not Will O'Brien, Ellis is the other guy you got to worry about. I've seen it happen many times.
Ryan Butler in, and going out will be Wyatt Veith.
And you got to watch the charge inside the paint because you'll run over those guys and you won't even know it.
They get it in the corner now to Bessler. Bessler working into the paint. Bounce pass. It goes to Butler. Butler just checked into the game, as we said, for Wyatt Veith. Out top it comes now to Shea. Shea kicks it back to Daniel. Down low they go to Teton, trying to post up. Might have got away with a travel. Gives it back out to Bessler. Bessler comes over to Shea. Shea baseline jumper. Out. Rebounded by Twombly. Twombly just looks so much bigger than everybody in there, doesn't he?
He does. Yeah, you're right. Teton and him sized up, but Twombly's still the bigger fella.
They list him at 6'6". Down low goes Twombly. Goes right side, reverse, won't go. Boy, nice move by Twombly.
That's what makes him special. He's versatile.
Frankfort on top, but Erlanger St. Henry has the basketball. Teton on the baseline. Goes backdoor, cutting through. Shea up and in.
That was a nice pass and finish.
Good pass by Teton, the big guy. We know why he's getting some minutes. And
watch this. Let's watch that again. Watch this pass right here. Big fella with the pass. He's got the court vision, and there's the finish, as you mentioned, by Connor Shea.
Blythe and Nathan O'Brien back in for Frankfort. McClavick gives it to O'Brien. Spinning off glass. Good. Will O'Brien. 13-11. O'Brien has 4 points. Teton slam and charges, and there to take it was who else? Nathan O'Brien.
Nathan O'Brien in there doing what his brother does best.
Takes a lot of charges.
Yes, those guys have been practicing that. Now, they must just let people run over them in practice because they are good at taking a charge.
You gotta watch your head on the floor when you take all those charges, don't you?
They know how to fall, though.
Yeah, that's true. It's all about like wrestling, isn't it?
Yep. Take the bump.
Blythe high archer won't go. Tapped up and in by O'Brien. Nathan O'Brien. 15-11. Frankfort. 1:15 to go. First quarter. Teton looking over to Daniel. Can't get it to him. Gives it back out to. Here's a long three. Knocked down by Mr. Bessler. 15-14. St. Henry back by. They're only down by 1. A minute to play in this first quarter. In front of a nice crowd here.
Big crowd. And the governor's here.
Austin puts it up, and I tell you what, he was close to getting the you know what.
Yeah.
He flipped that up underhand. He was fouled, so that will be the foul will go on Erlanger St. Henry. I believe that was on 22, Jude Bessler. That's his first. That's the third team foul.
Free throw good.
Knocks it down, gives the lead back to
Craig Blanton was wanting to know if we know what grade Austin is of Frankfort High School is.
We sure do. Chaz is a senior.
Okay.
Got them both. I think we said that in the pregame. 17-14. The lead is for Frankfort. Working it down court is Shea. Shea kicks it back out top now to Corey Shea. Those guys are brothers. And there's Veith off glass. No. Tapped around. Veith hustling forward on the side court. Goes out. It'll go back to St. Henry with 31 seconds to go here in this first quarter. 17-14. They have the lead. Frankfort on top. Put it in play to Butler. Swing it back to Shea. Back over it comes to Wyatt Veith. Back out to Shea's play catch out front. Down to 22 seconds. They're going to take the last shot here. Dave Faust over on that bench calling for the last shot here. Frankfort leads by 3. Shea over to Veith. Veith working on O'Brien to the basket. Throws it up and in. Boy, he just said, stop me if you can.
He worked hard for that bucket.
Here's a long half-court shot. Won't go by McClavick. We've reached the end of the first quarter of action at the All-A Classic State Championship. Gary Ball with the King of Stream, William Moorfield. And we've got a good one. It's Frankfort 17, Erlanger St. Henry 16 here on the Mingy Beef Jerky High School Basketball Game of the Week, William.
I do want to thank WeWantToPlay.org. They're the reason why we can bring you the game today. They paid the rights fees along with our title sponsor on the network, Mingy Beef Jerky, the official game day snack of Prep Spin. Great combination there.
It is a combination.
And, WeWantToPlay.org, they help the kids over there in Franklin County get in the game. Matter of fact, let me look here, Gary, but We Want to Play is a local nonprofit assisting financially qualified student athletes within Franklin County. For more information, like them on Facebook or find them on the web at WeWantToPlay.org. We Want to Play, helping kids play sports. What a great service, great organization they are over there in Franklin County. And Dave Hecker.
We got to mention Tony Wise, our great friend on Prep Spin. He helps us out with some of our broadcasts, and he's watching today. And, of course, used to be the coach at Frankfort. Now he's at Franklin County, the arch rival. But shout out to Tony Wise. I think he was on the ball report, the Scholastic Ball Report today on the CW. Aired at noon.
Yeah.
You can review that on.
You think he was on there?
Yeah, he was on there. He was on there. I didn't watch it, so I DVR'd the show every week. Yeah, he was on there.
But isn't that your show?
Yeah. Backdoor and put up and in by Butler. Butler went backdoor, got the pass.
You would have seen if I was listening to you.
Yeah, that's right. Now St. Henry's got the lead back on the Butler lay-in. And there's going to be too much contact, and foul's going to go on Corey Shea. So Corey Shea picked that one up. He is a 5'8 junior. Connor Shea's older brother is a senior. Blythe knocked away in backcourt, and We're going to see what the call is, and it's going to be off of St. Henry, go back to Frankfort.
I'm looking here on the Facebook, try to get some of these comments.
So Will O'Brien set to put it in play, and the official, let's see what we got to call here. They're wanting a technical for him hitting the ball out on the inbound guy. And Chris O'Brien talking to the official. And looked like Butler might have hit the ball, but they're not going to get that call. 18-17, and Frankfort will look to put it in play. They get it into Alston. He's cut off, and we're going to have, it's going to be Frankfort ball. Good defense there by St. Henry to smother him up.
They continue to impress both teams.
This will be the third time they put it inside court. Now they get it in the Wombly. They say, hey, you big guy, come back here and get the ball. Give it back now to Ellis. Ellis, good pass to Wombly, and he powers it up, gets his rebound on the right side, throws it up, and hits the rim, rolls off. Wombly got smacked in the mouth, too. 18-17. Comes to Butler right side. Butler running, and that's going to be a charge as he ran over top of him. That's the second charge that O'Brien's taking here in the game.
And you don't see those guys until it's too late, man. I'm telling you, Ellis, O'Brien, and both O'Briens in there.
They're fast getting those feet back, aren't they?
Same thing, man. They get back quick.
7:16 to go in his first half, and it's.
I don't remember him that fast when he played over at East Jessamine. Of course, he was in a lot younger then, but.
Yeah. Gives it back to Alston. Alston down floor. Passes over now to Ellis. Looking, and Twombly's up off, getting ready to check back in for Frankfort. Ellis down the floor, throws it up, and we're going to have a charge call on Ellis. There to take that one was Veith. Twombly back in and going out, Nathan O'Brien for Frankfort.
David Hecker, again, want to thank him at WeWantToPlay.org. We appreciate you, sir. Sean Hunter watching tonight. Tim Beeson, appreciate you tuning in, sir. Jody Glavish says, go Panthers.
Shea comes over to Butler. Back they swing it to Reed Ravenscraft. First time he's been in the ball game. Ravenscraft kicks it over on the left side to Butler. Back out to Shea. Right side to Shea, and the shot won't go. Falls down. Twombly there battling, and Blythe rebounds. Boy, Blythe being very active in this game, isn't he?
And he's just a sophomore. He's still going to continue to grow.
Jordan Blythe across the line, and he hands it out top. There's Alston's three-pointer. Back of the rim, though. Twombly battling, and coming out there with it, Erlanger St. Henry's Butler. Butler crossing
nice
over
crossover.
And puts it. Boy, that was a nice job. Butler went coast to coast, put it between his legs, and put up a nice shot.
We'll watch it again here on the replay. Right there, that crossover. Beautiful.
20-17. Erlanger St. Henry by 3, leading Frankfort High School. Frankfort's Alston looking down to Twombly, can't get it to him. They're swinging around now to Will O'Brien. O'Brien between his legs, works over to the left hand. Now looking for Twombly. Come out top now to Ellis. Swing it around to Alston. On the right side, Alston penetrates down the lane. Alston tries to put it up and won't go, and coming out there with it, Shea. Long pass to Butler. Hangs and put it in. And Butler.
O'Brien was wanting to charge. Coach O'Brien and Will O'Brien wanting to charge there, but no call from the official. Another bucket for St. Henry.
Could have gone either way. 5-point lead. 5:26 to go. William Warfield here in the first half at Eastern Kentucky's McBrayer Arena.
I want to thank everybody for tuning in. A lot of folks watching on Facebook. Some of you guys are watching on YouTube. But if you want to get a live mention on this broadcast, and it's a championship game, so you get your name in a championship game, if we like what you have to say in your tweet, you can do so. All you have to do is tweet at us at PrepSpin, PrepSpin. But please, no businesses or anything like that. We want people, fans watching that want to give a shout out to their families and or to their team or whoever you want to shout out to. As long as it's family friendly, we'll do so.
Luke Mayer back in the game for St. Henry. Also back in is Alex Daniel. He's working in backcourt on Ellis. Ellis gives over to Blythe. Blythe on the left wing, now brings it back out, gives to Ellis. Man-to-man by St. Henry. Comes over to Will O'Brien, lob down to Twomley, catches it, left side. Twomley powers it up, and it rolls off.
Twomley was falling to the left, trying to sell that foul there.
Butler gives to Veith, a long three, and that's short. Here comes out of there with it Ellis. Ellis in the front court, over to Twomley. Twomley to the basket, up and in. Nice job by Twomley to hang up in the air off the left side, and a good assist and dish by Mr. Ellis.
Yeah, that was a really nice glide score there by Twomley.
He's got
really
5
nice.
points, got 5 in the game. Shea, a long three, off the back of the rim, and rebounded Twomley battling, and stuck back up, and good. The soup and the sandwich for Bessler.
We'll watch that again here on the replay as you see the missed shot. Battle for the rebound. Right place, right time, able to take it away from Twomley and score, and a foul called on Twomley.
And they have not missed a free throw. 25-19, St. Henry by 6. I believe that's their biggest lead, William.
It is.
Frankfort led in this game, but I'll tell you what, it's been back and forth.
Jessica Clay watching, so is Evan Payne.
Ellis gets the inbound pass, working on Daniel.
Good defense.
Yeah, good defense. Daniel coming out there with it, and then steal by McClavic, and we're going to have a foul.
I'm going to say Blythe reached in on that. Caught too much of the arm.
I'm not sure. I think they called that on McClavic. They did. Foul went on McClavic. That's his first.
The official was talking to Blythe as he was walking over to the scorer's table there.
Yep.
Blythe is sitting down.
They did credit that to McClavic, though.
Yep, they did. I think Coach O'Brien might have just brought him out of the game because he was starting to chat a little bit there.
Connor Shea over to Veith. Back to
too big of a game.
Yeah. Shea penetrates. St. Henry by a half a dozen. Bessler hangs, won't go, and trying to climb over the back of McClavic. That time was Veith, and coming out with it Frankfort.
A half a dozen now. Is that a baker's dozen?
Will O'Brien, that's off the mark on the left elbow. William on that three-point attempt.
Yes.
That's kind of a quick shot. And we're going to have a reaching foul called on Alston. Bessler, that's going to be the 15th foul. So neither team in the bonus yet with just 5 team fouls. That's the second on Chaz Alston, though.
We got a full timeout called here on the floor. Full timeout again. We want to thank Mingy Beef Jerky, the official game day snack of Prep Spin. Mingy Beef Jerky. And as a matter of fact, Gary Ball, you can get it at your local convenience store. Go to Kroger's as well. So if you're out there at Kroger's and you're doing some grocery shopping, pick up some Mingy. Usually you can get those over there on aisle 1.
You know what? I got some Mingy Beef Jerky in my bag.
Mingy's always over there by the, well, not the drinks, but on every Kroger's just about laid out the same way. But on the left side of the store, over by the cheese, all that, they have a rack of Mingy always.
Mingy's always in Kroger, aren't they?
They are. 25-19, the score here in Richmond, Paul S. McRae Arena. Gary Ball let him take a breather here for a second as this game, a close one, 6 points. That's what separates us right now. St. Henry, their leading scorer in the ball game right now is Jude Bessler. Gary Ball, he's got 10. 7 in there for, I'm looking up there on it. Who's got the set? Oh, 12.
That's Veith. Yeah, Veith and Bessler. We said in the pregame the big guns are Veith and Bessler for St. Henry.
And then Twomley's got 5 for Frankfort.
Yeah, he's got to become more of a factor, I think.
Chaz Alston, he's got 4, and also 4 in the ball game for Blythe.
Daniel has it. Goes on the left side now to Bessler. Back they come to Mayer. Over to Shea, over to Daniel. Kick it back out. Penetration. Over comes right side. Three-pointer knocked down. Good by Veith.
Man, St. Henry not missing their shots right now.
They are shooting lights out. I bet they're shooting about 60 or 70%.
Gotta be.
To the basket, and shot won't go, and Twomley was battling for it, but coming out there with it is St. Henry's Bessler.
Look at the dribbling by Bessler. keeping Blythe. And Blythe is a hard guy. I mean, he defends very well.
Daniel, baseline won't go, and Blythe with a good rebound.
Ripped it down.
Ripped and stolen, put up and in by Mayer. The lead has gone to 11. Twomley to the basket, no, and he's going to draw the foul. So Twomley will momentarily stop the bleeding for Frankfort High. They're down 30-19 with 2:44 to go in the first half.
Hey, you know, Frankfort's got a great baseball team over there, too. And matter of fact, some of these guys are on that team there, Gary Ball. Travis McConaughey, he coached at Dunbar, used to coach over at East Jessamine as an assistant coach as well. Travis McConaughey, the head coach over there. And they get an exciting upswing there going on with the baseball team.
That's 6 points for Twomley as he knocks down the free throw. And we've got back in Teton in for St. Henry. Back in is Ravenscraft.
So specifically on this team for Frankfort, let me get this in real quick, but Ellis, McClogovic, Wellman, and Van Adder are all
Teton
baseball players.
Back door goes over the left side, a three-pointer in and out, and rebounded by O'Brien. I tell you, Butler had a good look at that shot. Went halfway down.
And I imagine St. Henry's got some baseball players on there.
Ellis to Twomley, working and blocked by the big guy. Wow. Big guy Teton got a block on that one. Pass down, picked off. Ellis comes out. He's got Blythe to his right. Works down the low, throws it up, and we're going to have a jump ball called. Possession arrow will go back to Frankfort.
Well, I'll tell you, St. Henry might want to pull Teton back out because coming back up the floor that trip, he looked like he was exhausted.
A lot of running, William. 2:08 to go.
Especially for big guys
That's
like
exactly right. Ellis puts it in play under his own basket. Throws it away. He threw it right to Ravenscraft. Butler, right side. Veith hangs and scores. Veith.
We're going to have, is that going to be a turnover?
Or a foul.
We'll see.
Yeah, foul called.
It's going to be on St. Henry's basketball. We know that, but the foul's going to be called against Chaz Austin.
That's his third. He'll have to go to the bench. They kick it in the corner, and Shea's three is good. Connor Shea out of the corner makes it 35-21. All of a sudden, Erlanger St. Henry's got a 14-point lead.
Prince Tillman says shout out to his home team, but we don't know who your home team is, Prince. 35-21.
Minute 52. We want to thank, of course, Rafferty's Restaurants. Rafferty. Is that true? Is that a hoax? Sometimes you get a. But somebody reporting that Kobe Bryant has just died in a helicopter crash.
That's crazy.
Well, that's coming across on mine, too. Breaking news. Kobe Bryant dead in a helicopter crash in Calabasas, or whatever that is.
Oh, wow.
Wow. That's big news coming across.
35-21 the score, 1:52 left to go.
What has St. Henry done, do you think? I mean, they've got some good threes, but, man, all of a sudden you look up there by 14, they've broken up a pretty tight ball game.
Yes.
St. Henry's a good team.
That's shocking, man. I'm a Lakers fan.
The Mamba. He's only, 40-some years old?
Yeah. Same age as I am.
There's a bump, and that's going to go against Shea. That's 1+1, the bonus for Blythe and Frankfort. Well, maybe with a minute 50 to go, William, they can quietly maybe get this thing down to single digits before halftime from the free throw line. Blythe, and it's a beauty. Down to 13, 35-22. Gary Ball with the king of stream, we call him, William Warfield.
Wendy Ferris says, let's go, crew.
Missed. O'Brien battling and picked up down low by Teton. Shea hands it over to Veith. Now they come back over to Butler. Butler down low to Teton. Back out it comes now to Butler. Going baseline, up and in. Nice tough shot by Ryan Butler. Right baseline, 37-22. 15. Blythe backs up, launches it, and knocks it down. That's a 2. He was inside the circle. 37-24. And that's going to be a foul.
Charge.
Yep. Charge on Veith.
O'Brien took the charge again.
How many does he take every half?
I'll tell you, it's 5 a game. Every game that I've watched that kid play, he takes 5 charges a game.
And he's a solid student. He was on my Scholastic Ball Report last year as a scholar athlete from Frankfort. Have him back on this year. Twombly working it across, showing the big man has some handles. Gives it back to O'Brien. Back they swing to Ellis. 1:06 to go, 37-24. Sorry, William.
No, you're good.
Delicate. O'Brien has it. Gets it out to Ellis. 55 seconds to go here in this first half. 37-24. Blythe. Twombly down low, and Teton blocks it again. And working down, and foul. Ravenscraft draws the foul. So Ravenscraft will be at the line. That's his first point of the ball game. 10 points in this game for Bessler. 8 points for Butler. Boy, Butler's done a great job off that bench.
Yes, he has.
Ravenscraft, they miss it. I think that's the first miss for St. Henry from the free throw line. 38-24. St. Henry. Ellis hands it to O'Brien. Back to Blythe. 22 seconds. Down to 19. Blythe goes left side to the basket. Kicks it now to Twombly. Lines up the 3. Got it! Big 3 for Twombly.
Huge 3.
Twombly has 10 points now. 10 in the half. Here's a steal. Working the other way and throwing it off the glass, in by Ellis. What a job with the steal. Ellis has it down to double digits, 38-29. They got the 3 from Twombly, and they got the steal and the lay in by Ellis, William. Great flurry there at the end of the first half.
Great job there by Frankfort, and that's where you want to be, get it down to single digits. I mean, St. Henry, they have rocked it. They have rocked it this ball game. But Frankfort, they got to feel good going into the locker room. Maybe that momentum shifted just a little bit just now. We're going to step out. We'll be back. You're watching the game live here on Prep Spin.
This is Gary Ball. You hear my catchphrase, soup and a sandwich. When I want the best potato soup and prime rib sandwich, I head over to Rafferty's Restaurants after my games. Check out Rafferty's 9 great locations throughout Kentucky. And all you teens, you can eat at Rafferty's before those big ball games. The open prime rib sandwich is what legends are made of. Ask Joe B. Hall, the legend himself, it's his favorite. Rafferty's a big supporter of high school sports throughout Kentucky. Rafferty's, where the special is you.
At Atkinson Sims & Kermode, we are here to help you get back to what matters most.
Helping you through your financial situation is our only purpose. We are involved at every step, guiding you towards relief.
A better life can't exist after bankruptcy. Start your bankruptcy for as little as $78. Call us today and take the first step towards a new beginning.
championship. As this new format continued in popularity, interest grew from around the state. In 1990, a statewide event became a reality. Stan believed in leaving no one behind, and soon the All-A Classic program expanded to include other sports like volleyball, soccer, golf, baseball, and softball. There were also statewide competition in academics, art, music, cheerleading, and even ROTC. But the crown jewel of all these endeavors was the development of a scholarship program which has awarded over $1 million to deserving students from our member schools. From 9 schools to over 120. As we gather here today, we honor our dear friend, Mr. All-A Classic Stan Steidel. His 54 and a half years of service is a testimony to his character and selfless acts for others. Job well done. Please welcome Stan Steidel's family who are with us here today. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Stan's wife Louise, fathers Melody and Jennifer, and members of the Steidel family.
Mayor Richmond presenting Miss Steidel with a plaque and letting her know we're talking about Stan Steidel, the founder of the All-A Classic, who recently passed away. Letting her know how much he appreciates what Stan has done. All right. Ab wants to say shout out to the St. Henry student section. We're looking at the Twitter comments now.
Okay. All right, buddy.
We're looking at the Twitter comments come through now. And Ravenscraft might have an uncle, other relationship with Ravenscraft, KHSA Hall of Fame, being told. Appreciate everybody for the follows and the shout outs too and all that good stuff.
Appreciate you, William, monitoring the all the Twitter feeds that come through.
Yeah, I'm looking at all the. Dennis Jones says, terrific job announcing the game. Great hearing the legendary Gary Ball. I totally agree.
Well, anytime William Warfield is covering a tournament and making it look this good, I'm going to try to be there and make it sound as good as I possibly can. But, William, you do a good job, too. You did a great job announcing this tournament when I couldn't be over here in Richmond. So it's a great tag team effort here with your big wrestling event coming up tonight.
Yeah, I got the Royal Rumble tonight.
Royal Rumble.
Although I'm kind of bummed right now, man, with the news of Kobe Bryant. You know, he's one of
your idols.
I mean, he's one of my all-time favorites, man.
Yeah.
I'm just bummed right now.
Yeah. Well, you got to, we got.
I'm happy for the teams competing here, but I'm bummed.
I never really was attached to the Lakers and that team, even though they were great. I liked it when Shaq played with Kobe. I did like that team when Shaq played with Kobe and they won the title. And, you got, of course, the Super Bowl next Sunday and a lot going on in the world of sports. But the big news today was we heard that Kobe Bryant was killed in a helicopter crash today.
I just feel bad for his family. He has a daughter.
Yeah.
Has a couple daughters, I believe.
Seems like a great guy.
Beautiful wife.
Remember all the comparisons when he came into the league to the man, Michael Jordan?
He's a Philly. He's from Philly originally. And, he was drafted originally by the Charlotte Hornets and traded immediately. Dave Heckler, he wants to talk to us on air here.
Yeah, let's get him in here.
Picture where the magic happens.
Yeah. I don't know about that. Dave, just wanted to talk to you here at halftime. Right now we got us a good game right now. St. Henry on top 38-29, but Frankfort certainly got the momentum swing there at the end with a couple buckets.
That 3 by Twombly and then the steal and score by Ellis, that was big for Frankfort. Gave them some momentum, and hopefully that'll spark them coming into the third quarter.
Let me ask you this. You run WeWannaPlay.org. You guys do an outstanding job over there in Franklin County helping kids get into the game. Talk to me about what the organization does and what made you start it.
Well, it's actually my brother Rob and several of his friends started it about 10 years ago. It was a brainchild of his. He had a golf tournament scramble that was a charitable thing, and he kind of moved that into the We Want to Play, and that's how We Want to Play got started. We work with all three of the local high schools, Frankfort High, Franklin County, Western Hills, and we provide funding for anybody that's financially qualifying. And essentially that means if they qualify for free or reduced lunch, then they get funds from us. There's no application process. We work directly with the ADs at each school and one of the administrative staff at the school. We don't get any names, we just get numbers.
Yeah.
We have a set amount that we disperse per student each year, and generally that's in the $40 to $25 range per student. But if they play multiple sports, then they get to qualify for that multiple times.
So you guys provide, basically the money's going to getting them cleats, jerseys.
It can be a different thing. Some of the schools charge a participation fee, so it can cover that.
Okay.
Spirit packs, anything that they need. Again, the money goes directly to the school, and then it goes through that administrative process at the school. It gets funneled back down to that kid playing that sport.
We need more organizations like that just all over the state in different communities. You guys are serving Franklin County right now. Have you ever thought about expanding outside of Franklin?
That was our plan, is that maybe this would create a model for other schools. We actually had to go through the KHSAA and get a waiver because they felt it might violate some of their recruiting type policies. So we worked with them on that. And to our knowledge, we're the only one in the country that has something like this.
Yeah, that's amazing. What you guys do and how you help out with the schools over there in Franklin County is just phenomenal. And then, what made you guys decide to sponsor this game here today?
Well,
and the other game the other day.
Well, I love the work that you do. Appreciate it. Not everybody can make the trip down here. I had some extra revenue from my work with the UK hockey team that where they pay me to come and announce. So I figured, hey, this would be a great way to put it back in. You do a great job promoting youth sports, high school sports in Central Kentucky and all over. Really, you've gone nationwide with a lot of the stuff that you do.
I appreciate that, and I know Gary Ball over here appreciates that too, and the whole Frankfort community. We're putting this game out there. A lot of people are watching. Last time I looked, we were over 10,000 views right now through Facebook.
That's great. I have one thing before I leave you. I just wanted to give a shout-out. JT Riddle, who is the Kentucky Mr. Baseball back in 2010. Played for Western Hills. He's partnered with us. We've got a $2,000 scholarship. It's going to be, we're going to name 3 males, 3 females from each school, or one from each school. Then there's going to be an overall winner, male and female, $500 each, $250 to the other 4, all courtesy from JT Riddle again. Kentucky Mr. Baseball.
That is huge. And he's still with Miami, right?
I'm not sure of his exact status, but I'll have to get back to you on that.
All right, well, we'll talk to you again. Dave Hackler, appreciate all the great work that you do over there. Is on the board quickly. The
stick back there by Veith.
St. Henry back on the board quickly. He's a great guy, Dave Hackler.
He is. O'Brien out of the corner, won't go, but good rebound by, and then Austin pushed. Should have been a foul there from behind on the Mayer, but they didn't call it. But yes, they did call a foul too. And that foul went on Bessler, his second. Ellis trying to get it over to Twomley, throws it out front, stolen by Bessler, leads it out. Veith lays it up and in. Nice start to the second half by St. Henry.
Yeah, they're up 42-29.
Blythe, and he's going to be hammered. And the foul's going to go on Shea. So that will send Blythe back to the line. First half was St. Henry free throw shooting was 4 of 5, and Frankfort was better at 5 for 6. 42-39 in this one. 7:20 to go in the third quarter from a good crowd in here at Eastern Kentucky, and a free throw too strong by Jordan Blythe. Gary Ball with the king of strength. Joe Allen, by the way, you got to give Joe some love up there.
Yeah, Joe's
our cameraman.
17 games with me, Gary. Joe's worked all 17 games.
Beaufort missed, and Alston's got it. Gives to O'Brien. Swing it back to Blythe. Comes to Ellis. Over to Alston. To Twomley. Twomley calling for the ball down low. He's got it on the low block. Twomley turns and won't go. Gets the rebound back. Battles it and powers it up. And Twomley just wouldn't be denied that time.
Not at all. Great job by Twombly inside.
You know what
there.
I call that? Stick-to-itiveness.
Well, you got to use that body strength, Gary. Use it to your advantage. Hey, I want to give a shout out to Daniel Sandlin, former athletic director over at East Jessamine. He was the former boss there of Coach Chris O'Brien, and they're still good friends, good family friends over there. I want to give a shout out to him. He's watching the game today, cheering on the O'Brien boys.
Who's that? What's his name?
Daniel Sandlin.
Hey,
he's always been good to us.
Yeah, shout out to Mr. Sandlin. Shea kicks it over to Bessler. Down low they go to Veith. Back tapped, and Veith touched the last. It'll go to Frankfort. They're down by 11, but they're still in striking distance so they can get some shots to go.
Yes.
6:39 to play in the third quarter from the All-A Classic State Championship. Gary Ball, William Warfield. Be nice to see Alston have a good second half. He's played so well in this tournament. Probably played himself on the all-tournament team, hasn't he?
Yes. I would have given it to him, definitely.
There's O'Brien, a three, and that looked good, and it's good.
O'Brien from downtown.
Cuts it to 8, 42-34. 6:12 to go.
I also want to give a shout-out to Lynn Sims. She's watching today. Her nephews, the O'Brien boys, are playing in this one. John Sims, one of our partners on the network with Atkins and Sims at Camo PLLC.
Yeah.
That's his wife watching in today. The nephews are the O'Brien boys.
Lob down low and powered it up, and it won't go for Bessler, but stuck back up and in on the left side by Mayer. Boy, I tell you, St. Henry just so dangerous, especially on the offensive glass.
We get St. Henry another 2 on our scoreboard there.
44-34, 5:43 to go in this third quarter. Alston pushed, and that foul's going to be called. It's going to be on Bessler. So Bessler picks up his third. He may have to go to the St. Henry bench, and up off that bench, a young man, Ryan Butler, who had a tremendous first half. William, 8 points off the bench in the first half for Butler. So you don't lose a whole lot, although Bessler is one of the leading scorers at 16-17 a game.
That's a good point.
But if you can get 8 points off the bench, you don't really lose a whole lot. Alston. And O'Brien open for three, off the mark, and battling down low, Twombly, and he's going to knock it out of bounds. It'll go to St. Henry. Boy, O'Brien had a good look after he knocked down a three earlier in this quarter.
O'Brien got extended on that, just didn't get a good look because he had a hand right in his face from Blythe.
Cross the line, Shea, and that shot won't go. Rebounded by Veith, powers it up, rolls in there.
And that's what I meant to say, Veith.
Yeah, Veith, solid ball player. He's got 18 points. Here's a steal by Veith. Veith takes up his dribble. Gives it now to Shea. Shea back to Veith. Veith. In the corner they go. Shea lines it up. No good. Rebounded by O'Brien. 46-34, St. Henry. Here comes Frankfort. Over to Twomley. Big guy goes low, powers it up, and hits the floor. And the foul's going to be called on Erlanger St. Henry, and it'll be called on Mayer. A second on Mayer. Already 14 fouls against St. Henry here in this quarter, so
yeah,
that's good for Frankfort if you want to get in the bonus.
That could pay big time in the fourth quarter here.
Twomley's free throw, no good. Well, they were hitting them in the first half. They only missed one, but here in the second half, they missed their Blythe missed a couple, and now Mr. Twomley missed one.
I want to give a shout out to my good friend Kellyanne Thompson. She's the one. Remember our photos that she took here last year?
Yeah.
She's the one that took those photos and posted them on social media for us. But I want to give a shout out to her. She's been a good friend to us.
13 for Twomley as he knocks down the second free throw. He leads the scoring attack for Frankfort. Down low, Teton, and Twomley and shot by Veith. No, put up by Teton, blocked from behind, and what's going to be the call here?
The official from the back over along the side where the St. Henry bench is. He must have heard Coach in his ear, and he whistled. That was a late whistle, Terry.
He thought he hit him in the head.
Yeah.
So that will be Teton at the line. Cody Teton got the free throw.
47-35.
Reed McClavick comes in for Twombly. Reed McClavick can shoot the three. Maybe they'll get him going. Second free throw good. 48-35 out of the game, Teton, and Butler back in along with Ravenscraft is checked back in. Comes to Alston in backcourt. He'll work it across the line and hold up the fist there. Wait a minute, wonder what that play is. Well, we'll see out front. McClavick.
He's calling for the screen.
And shot put up and in, but traveling call.
We got a different officiating crew here today than what we had yesterday. I guess they switched games, top and bottom, but these guys are on top of it today.
Shea over to Butler. Butler lays it up with the left hand, up and in. He's got 10 points.
St. Henry up by 15.
Yeah. 50-35, 4 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Christopher Lee Devers, he says, David Hecker is a great person. WeWantToPlay.org is a great asset for the kids of Frankfort. Absolutely. They should have that every community around the state. Who's reporting that one?
Well, Go-Getter sent that out, but they're just saying that Kobe Bryant was killed in a...
The LA Times just posted and said that it's not confirmed yet. They haven't released the people who were in the helicopter. He may or may not have been in there. Yes, he's in cannabis, but he is not known yet to be in that helicopter.
Oh, so that's what I was telling you.
So there's a possibility
early on.
Be,
yeah, that's what I was mentioning.
Could be a false report. The LA Times is reporting that. TMZ says it's true.
Blythe working across, kicks it back to O'Brien, over to Alston. He lines up a three-way out front, and it's an air ball, and saved back in off of. Hey, good job by Blythe to throw it off of a St. Henry player.
50-35, our score, 3:44 left to go here in this one. Jessica Clay says, let's go blue and orange, Panther Pride. Thanks, Jessica.
Checking out Connor Shea, coming in for him, Corey Shea. So you bring one Shea in for the other Shea.
We are truly humbled, by the way, with all these kind of comments coming in here.
Yep. Will O'Brien on the left side. He comes back to Ellis. Ellis penetrates. Good pass left side. No look, and shot up and in by O'Brien, Nathan O'Brien.
That was a nice pass and nice finish for Frankfort.
4 points for Nathan. 50-37, the lead 13. Butler kicks it out now to Corey Shea. Butler right side, and that rolls off. Gets it back right and puts it up and in. Butler, his 12th point. McClavick to the basket, rolls in there. Nice shot by, he just put it up on the front of the rim, and it took the right row, which was the front row. If it came backwards, it would have been off. 52-39. McClavick, I believe that's his first bucket. It is.
McClavick, a baseball star, we're told.
Yep. Y'all love those kids that play multiple sports, don't you, William? Play all you can.
Absolutely.
It's high school. It's high school.
Enjoy those days. They don't last long, I tell you.
They go by fast.
Go by quick.
I could bet some of these St. Henry fans watching, these kids are probably good soccer players and baseball players. So they don't have football at St. Henry. I don't know why they've never taken up football at St. Henry.
They had the wrong score up there. It's 52-39 is the correct score.
Yep. Here's McClavick, a three. Oh, off the mark. Boy, it looked good when it left his hand, didn't it?
Yes.
I would have cut it down to 10.
That's the thing. If Frankfort can start hitting those shots, they'll be right back in it.
As Wyatt Veith gives it back now to Corey Shea. He's a good ball handler. Working down low, stops, down, bounce pass. Veith left side, throws it up, no, and draws the foul. Veith has 18 points.
You're watching the game live here from Paul S. McBrayer Arena. William Warfield, the guy on the play-by-play, is Gary Ball, the legend. Gary, there's a Hall of Fame for you, my friend.
I appreciate you, William. Free throw knocked down there for Wyatt Veith. He hits his free throw, he's going to have 20 points. Solid player, isn't he?
Yes.
I'm going to vote him as my MVP from St. Henry. Haven't voted for my Frankfort MVP. Knocked it down. 20 points. And Veith will go out. Coming back in will be Connor Shea.
I'm kind of torn between, on Frankfort, you know, kind of torn between Chaz Austin and, quite honestly, Will O'Brien, because look at all the charges he's taking.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I might give it to Will just for the fact that he takes so many charges.
Yeah, he deserves it.
Austin working with a minute 45 here in the third quarter. Austin gives it to Will O'Brien. He launches a three and out. It almost went back in, but Blythe's going to pick it up. Will O'Brien, he should have popped it right back over to Willie. Had another three-point, a good look. Blythe penetrates to the basket. High archer up and in. 54-41. Minute 22 to go. Third quarter from Eastern Kentucky McBrayer Arena.
Oh.
And there's almost a turnover. McClovic battling. And
we still got guys going after the ball. The officials coming in here, stepping in between it.
Looking at McClovic with a foul.
They just clapped hands and everything. Everything's cool with them. I'll tell you what, when you get the 502 and the 859 together, Gary, we got nothing but a slobber knocker, don't we?
Yeah. Yeah, of course, you got to remember Frankfort in that 502 area code. And
who are those guys down there that did the 606 thing? That's the craziest thing I've ever heard. 54-41. That's the score.
Minute 17 in the third quarter.
That sounded unprofessional when they were doing that. And I'm not talking about the guys here. I'm talking about the 606 guys that went viral.
Yeah,
that was so unprofessional, man.
William didn't like it.
I mean, a lot of folks liked it. Don't get me wrong, but you don't say that in a high school game. Not that, right?
Right. Back in the game, Wyatt Veith gives it to Shea. Shea working on Blythe. Back it comes to Corey Shea. Works it across the line. McClovic tried to come from behind and pick that one, but now they come back to Wyatt Veith. Veith's a good ball handler, too. He's got 20 points in this ball game, William.
He's great.
Over to Shea. Back to Veith. Veith drives down, kicks it back over. Butler from three, good. Butler has had a tremendous ball game. Tremendous game for Butler. 15 points off the bench. McClovic gives it now. Twomley has been out for a long time. I think he's about ready to check back in. 57-41. Crusaders on top of the
biggest
Panthers.
Lead of the game.
There's Will O'Brien lining up a three off the mark. And rebounded Mayer and hitting the floor. And we're going to have a foul called. I think O'Brien picked this one up.
Yep. Brandy Cash says she's out in the parking lot watching from the car. Well, just don't drive, Brandy, while you're watching.
17.6. And I'll tell you, this Butler kid walking right by us here in front of our table, 15 points. I know Veith's got 20, and he's a starter. This young man has done all his off the bench.
Ryan Butler is his name.
Yep.
Great student athlete.
4.0 student. Veith down the middle and left side won't go. Tapped around. Twomley there battling, and coming with it is Shea. Throws it up, no. Veith battling, and coming out there with it is Austin. Austin turns around, throws it up, and we're going to say no good even if it went. So that's the end of the third quarter. 57-41, St. Henry on top. St. Henry just 8 minutes away from an All-A's state title.
We'll be right back, folks. We're watching it live here on Prep Spin.
This is where it all started, right here on this farm. We may have grown over the years, but we've never lost sight of what was important to us. We're continuing that tradition today, and we always will be for generations to come.
Did you know, in addition to education assistance, UPS now provides housing for qualified employees through the UPS Kentucky Living Options and Opportunities Path, also known as UPS Kentucky Loop. You can work part-time in Louisville, go to school at Jefferson Community and Technical College, and receive housing for up to 2 years. Earn a degree or learn a trade. It's up to you. Loop benefits are available to those who live outside the Louisville metro area, whether you're just starting college or going back to school. It's time to get in the loop. For more information, visit upsjobs.com. That's upsjobs.com.
At Atkinson, Sims & Kermode, we are here to help you get back to what matters most.
Helping you through your financial situation is our only purpose. We are involved at every step, guiding you towards relief.
A better life can't exist after bankruptcy. Start your bankruptcy for as little as $78. Call us today and take the first step towards a new beginning.
Ball go.
Twomley working with it out to Blythe, a long three. Got it! Big three for Blythe to start this fourth quarter. It's got it down to 13, 57-44. Butler back tapping, stolen by Ellis. Ellis comes streaking out of there with it. Ellis, quickness down floor, hangs, and he's going to be fouled by Shea. So Ellis with a spark there at the end of that first half of action, and he comes out here in the fourth to start, gives the ball club a spark. 57-44. That's a third foul, by the way, that's going to be called on Shea. Free throw rolls in there. I like this Ellis kid.
Yeah, he's super quick out there, and he's the emotional leader for this Frankfort team.
Got the first one and the second one. So it's a 57-46 ball game with 7:31 to play. Congratulations to Bardstown Bethlehem, the All-A state champion on the girls' side. Yeah, 51-47 over Walton Verona.
What a great game they played today.
Here it's been St. Henry. Shea down floor, now brings it back out. Hands it back to Veith. Veith, 7:20 to play in the ball game. He's got 20 points in this game. That leads everybody. Veith. Over they swing it now to Bessler. Down low and power move. Put up and in by Bessler. He hung up in the air and waited for everybody to go down.
He kind of brought that back from the hit, didn't he, when he shot it?
Cocked that one to the basket, and Ellis banks it up and in. Charlie Ellis, 59-48. Well, they like the ball in the hands of Veith, don't they?
They do.
Bessler bounces over to Butler. What a ball game he's had. 15 points off the bench. Comes back now to out top to Shea. Over they swing it now to Connor Shea. Yeah, ESPN's confirmed it now, William. It's not a ESPN just said for ESPN and ESPN2 the death of Kobe Bryant. Helicopter crash. 59-48. I know you were a big fan.
Huge fan.
Shea over comes to Butler. Back out it. They swing it to Corey. Corey back to Connor. Back to Corey. Back it comes to Jude Bessler. Corey and Connor just play catch out front to the basket right side. It comes to Butler. He's looking out top. Swings it to Bessler. Shea. And it's going to be a charge call. Who else? Will O'Brien. What's that, the fifth charge he's taken in this game or fourth?
It's probably the fifth, honestly, because he's, like I said, he's averaging that a game.
That's 4 fouls now on Connor Shea. He will have to go out, as back in was the starter Alex Daniel, 5'10 senior. 5:57 to play, 59-48. It's kind of a precarious situation for Frankfort. They need to make a run, and they need to start making it here pretty quick.
They get a bucket here.
McClavic had Twomley wide open, knocks down a NBA three.
We got us a ball game. It's just 8 points now, Gary, with plenty of time.
59-51. Butler. Cross it comes now to Corey Shea.
Frankfort's bringing on the swarm, too, when they bring that ball up the floor.
Shea stops free throw line and knocked away by Twombly. Shea got it back. They go down low, and let's see, it's going to be Frankfort basketball.
Hey, how about Chaz Austin right there?
Yeah.
He saw that the young man from St. Henry was bobbling the basketball, and he knocked it off his leg to get the ball back.
Heads up play. Not only that, you got McClavic's three-pointer, cut it down to a 59-51 ball game. Dave Faust wants to talk about it over there.
Yeah.
Erlanger St. Henry.
Yeah, that's a good timeout right now. 59-51. Coach Chris O'Brien and his assistant coach over there. Hey, how about that? This assistant coach was the all-time leading scorer at East Jessamine. That's Butch Joyner over there.
Yeah, I recognize Butch. He was a fine player at East Jessamine.
I believe he played at Transy too, didn't he?
I think he did.
59-51.
Coach O'Brien, what a job he did last year.
Yes.
Frankfort won, 20-some ball games last year?
Coach O'Brien has always been
He's
a
underrated.
hell of a coach.
Underrated.
Yes, sir.
Big time.
He's always been a hell of a coach. Let me tell you about this. Some of those East Jessamine teams you remember the West Jessamine teams that went to Rupp Arena?
Right, that they had Jared Polson and company.
Let me tell you. Coach O'Brien played those guys their best games they ever played.
Played right down the wire, didn't he?
I mean, you had guys like Kyle Lamb. You had guys like Jordan Red. Those guys like that just made a huge difference in there. He's had some athletes over the years. Just could never get over that hump of that Polson team.
Yeah, I'm a huge Chris O'Brien fan.
He's a heck of a coach.
I'm a huge fan. 59-51. St. Henry has the lead, but Frankfort got the basketball on the turnover. Working across the line is Austin looking for Blythe. Now he hands it to him back out near the timeline. Blythe angles right. Comes over now to Will O'Brien. Down low to Twombly. Twombly posted up, and he is going to be fouled.
Yeah.
Butler fouled him. Two guys fouled him, Butler and Bessler. Let's see who they call that on. Call that on Bessler, I believe. And if they do, that's going to be his fourth. That's a fourth foul on Bessler, one of the better players.
Yeah, St. Henry in foul trouble right now with him. Everybody else that's in the lineup right now has only got one apiece.
Twombly, nothing but net on that. Makes it 59-52 as Teton comes in as Bessler goes out with those four fouls. Butler, by the way, in the games has 15 points for St. Henry, 20 for Veith. And he got them both. So Twombly, Blythe will go out. Coming back in will be the quick as a cat, Charlie Ellis. 59-53. 5:09 to play. Gary Ball, William Moorfield, the king of string. Inbound to Butler. And backcourt goes to Shea. Full court pressure. Veith gives it over now left side to Daniel. Back to Veith. He's double teamed, dribbles out of it. Down the middle. Shovels it over to Teton. Teton puts it in. It's blocked away by Twombly. Here comes Frankfort. Ellis, wrap around, comes over left side. There's a three-point attempt, no good. Tapped out. Ellis gets it back, and he is going to be ball loose on the floor. And let's see.
We're going to have a foul against St. Henry.
Yeah, it's going to go against. It's going to be against Frankfort, I believe.
I'm really surprised that Ellis wasn't fouled. He was going inside the paint right there, and I don't want to sound one-sided because the last couple of plays I really thought should have went Frankfort's way.
Yeah.
That didn't. Wow, St. Henry's going to have it back.
Yeah, St. Henry, that's what I said. 59-53. They lead Frankfort by 6. They led by as many as 16, I believe, in this game. 57-41. So what a run here by, and it's going to be a foul. It's going to be called on Austin.
Yeah,
Chaz Austin.
You don't want to put Veith at the line, though.
No, he's money.
He's the last guy you want to put at the line.
He's got 20 points to lead everybody. Twombly has 15. That leads Frankfort. Knocks it down. Ice water in his veins. He's a cool customer. Wyatt Veith. Got them both. Lead back to 8, 61-53, St. Henry. Ellis working across for Frankfort. On Daniel. Gives it back to Will O'Brien. 4:22 to play. They come over now to McClavic. Down low Twombly. Bounce it left side. Austin hangs. Hook shot, no. Twomley gets it back. Puts it up and in. Twomley on the offensive rebound. Makes it 61-55.
I mean, think about 2 possessions away here from tying it.
Give it to Teton. Working in. They want to travel. Coming back out to Shea. Shea over to Veith. Veith. The way he shoots free throws, they want him. He's got 22 points. They want him to have the ball, don't they?
Yeah.
Veith jumps it up and knocks it down. He hung up in the air and wanted to decide if somebody was going to come out and get him, and then went ahead and finished the shot. Went down.
I think Frankfort is trying to stay out of foul trouble right now. They got 2 guys on the board with 4 and 1 with 3.
McClavic puts up a 3, won't go, and nice rebound by Butler. Butler gives it out to Corey Shea.
Austin, that's number 5. He's out of here.
Both teams in the bonus, yep. Yeah, Austin is fouled out. Only had 4 points in this game.
Yeah, they did an outstanding job on him today.
63-55. Erlanger St. Henry on top of Frankfort High. What a run it's been by Frankfort in this tournament.
St. Henry as well. They've had an outstanding run.
Shea, that's his first point of the ball game. Looking to put the Crusaders back up by 10. Rattles out. Rebounded by Will O'Brien.
Well, let's see if they can trade 2 for 1 or 3 for 1 here.
Ellis down the middle. Kicking in the corner, McClavic. McClavic brings it back toward the middle. Powers it up, and he is going to be fouled. So they called that on.
Whoever it is, it's going to be their second foul of the ball game because everybody's got 1 up there on the board for St. Henry.
Yeah, who they call that on? They haven't told us yet. Okay, it does go on Veith. That's his second. McClavic, an outstanding student athlete. Has a great GPA. A lefty, and man, he can stroke it, can he?
Yes, sir.
3:11 to go in this one, William, and he could cut it down to a 7-point St. Henry lead. And it's in and out. So it's 8 points, 64-56. In backcourt is Corey Shea. They swing it over now to Veith. Goes to Bessler, back to Veith. Stops and pops, in and out. Rebounded by Frankfort. Ellis pushing it. Comes over to Will O'Brien. Will O'Brien backs up, lines up a 3, and he got it.
How in the world did he see that? The man was coming there on him.
He faked and he went by him and then
had to see it out of the corner of the eye.
Yeah, he did.
Wow, what a shot by O'Brien.
The lead is cut to 5. Falling down, losing the ball out of bounds, and he lost it out. That's Daniel, and it goes to Frankfort. Boy, a 3-pointer here would make this thing very, very interesting. Yeah. It's interesting right now, but imagine if they come down and hit a shot.
Don't go nowhere, folks. We got a timeout right now. Hey, I got a big shout-out for you, Gary, and We Want to Play as well. But big shout-out to We Want to Play, and perhaps been a terrific job announcing the game. Big hello to Gary Ball and the All-A ship. Go Panthers, says Sherelle Smith.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. We appreciate you watching.
Is that Sherelle or Sherelle?
Cheryl Smith, I guess.
All right. Well, he's on top of it.
2:36 to go in this game. What a crowd in here for this all. The crowds have really been good for these tournament games on both the girls and the boys side. I know they were up from last year. 2 years ago, they had really, really good crowds.
Yes, absolutely. Jeff Smith watching today from Lexington. I believe he's a LCA baseball coach up there. He's an assistant coach on LCA, I believe. Jeff Smith.
LCA's got one of the more talented players in the 11th region, Tanner, 23 points a game. But I tell you, Mr. Johnson's really, he's elevating. He's almost the leading scorer in the whole state right now, Ben Johnson.
Yeah,
he's got that average up.
Ben Johnson is a Mr. Basketball candidate for next year.
Next year, absolutely. Ellis has it, gives it over to Will O'Brien. Comes back now to Ellis. Twomley calling for the ball. They go over to McClavic, left side, lines up the 3 off the rim, and it goes out of bounds to St. Henry.
You gotta think right now, Frankfort coming out of that timeout. Those butterflies in that stomach right now. They got that sense of urgency, with 2:15 left to go in this one, Gary. But It's got to be difficult, just the nervousness that you have out there.
Bessler to Shea. Gives it in the middle to Veith. Veith back over to Shea. 2:05 to play. 64-59. St. Henry by 5. They have the lead in leather. Over to Bessler. Bessler's got it out front. Well, Bessler and Veith have just been huge. They've combined for 36 points. Butler's been big off the bench, 15.
Yes.
He stops right side, dumps it down to Veith. Veith turns, off glass, puts it down. Big shot there for Wyatt Veith.
He's been the answer.
26 points. And that's going to be a foul. Ellis is just so quick. He's quick on quick, isn't he?
Yes.
Quick as a cat. Hard to keep up with him.
My phone just reminded me that I need to walk.
I've got to play tennis tonight. I'm playing tennis tonight on USTA. So
I'm going to be sitting down in the rocking chair watching the Royal Rumble tonight. My friend.
Royal Rumbles tonight. Look at this ball game, William Moorfield. 66-60. It's just a two-possession ball game.
Yes.
Second one from Ellis. Good.
The next 134 should be, like the whole game has been, very entertaining.
Bessler set to put it in play, goes to Butler. He's got it on the right side. Butler brings it out, throws it over to Shea, Connor Shea, and there's going to be a foul on Will O'Brien. Both teams in the bonus. So Frankfort, that's a 19
They're going to bring
foul.
Blythe up for the foul.
Yep. So that's his first foul. Team's ninth. 66-61. Free throw, no good, and rebounded by O'Brien.
O'Brien's the MVP, I think. If Frankfort wins, you got to give it to O'Brien.
I made O'Brien the MVP on my sheet. To the basket, scoop, no. On the Blythe shot, wouldn't go. Will O'Brien is going to foul in backcourt. He's going to foul Connor Shea again. Minute 13 to play in this one. 66-61. Erlanger St. Henry leading Frankfort High by 5 with a minute 13. Stepping back up at the line now will be Connor Shea of Erlanger St. Henry. And it's the double bonus. He'll shoot 2. First one good. So this one is big because this would put him up by
3 possessions.
Yeah, exactly. Got it. Good free throw shooting by Shea.
Frankfort's so quick, though, they can get up and down the floor a few
Ellis,
times.
quick down to the basket, high off the glass, and it hit the scoreboard above the basket there, or the clock. So it'll go back to St. Henry.
He went to the high backboard on that one.
Double team in the corner.
Taken away, possibly.
And McClavick on the floor, and St. Henry comes out of there with it, and that's going to be Corey Shea.
St. Henry did a good job. Now the official is stepping in between these two on the floor over here as the young man from Frankfort, Wolakovic.
Yeah, McClavic.
Or I'm sorry, I murdered that name, didn't I, just now? Sorry about that. So he made a little bit of extra push down on the floor, but the official kind of let it go.
In and out for Corey Shea on the free throw. He has 1 point. The big three have combined for 53 of the St. Henry points. We're talking about Butler, Veith, and Bessler. 69-61. Blythe. I don't know what he was doing. Just threw it away. He got caught in no man's land, Williams. What happened? And he tried to throw the ball out and just threw it away.
I think what they were wanting to do was go inside, kick it out for the 3 there. The last possession that Frankfort had on this other end, that's what Blythe was supposed to do. Did not do it. Coach O'Brien gave it to him over on the sideline, said, hey, you had a wide open three-point shooter right here. Did not do it.
Good for Shea. Corey Shea makes it 70-61. So,
but again, being in here in front of all these people, it's hard to think, man.
Shea knocks down both free throws. Makes it 71-61. Well, Frankfort had the ball when it was 66-61, and if they could have knocked down a shot, this would have got interesting. 44 seconds. They're down by 10 now. Will O'Brien, a deep three, off the mark, tapped up to Blythe. Blythe, reverse, up and in. 71-63.
The time, whoever's working the time clock over there let an extra second just tick off of that thing.
Maybe he's got a big event coming up later too. Not sure. Nathan O'Brien back in the ball game for Frankfort. To go along with Will O'Brien, Twombly, Ellis, and Blythe. Free throw, good. This young man has had a stellar state tournament. He's going to be the MVP. Wyatt Veith, 6'3" junior. He'll be back next year for St. Henry.
Yeah.
Got 27 points in his state championship All-A Classic game.
We'll have the trophy presentation after this one wraps up. Looks like St. Henry going to go on to victory here today.
And Ronnie Moore in there, and he is a senior. Both free throws connected. 28 now for Wyatt Veith. We knew he was good. We're finding out how good he is, aren't we?
Yes.
Ellis to the basket, gets through, lays it up and in. 73-65. And that's going to be a foul on Ronnie Moore in backcourt with 18.9 seconds. Good effort by Frankfort. What an effort.
Yep. They definitely showed out this week. I'm proud of the Panthers, Gary, being a big fan of Coach Chris O'Brien.
Yeah, we both are.
Being right there in our own backyard, you know.
11th region team.
11th region, yeah. They've again, I've said this on other broadcasts, but don't hold your head down. You know, you got the district. You got to go after that. That should be your next concern. And then you got your regional tournament, which we'll see them here again in the region, I'm sure.
Yep.
And then you got to start thinking about Rupp if you can make it through that region. Toughest region in the state.
Comes Ellis to the basket. Finger roll up and in with the left hand. 75-67. Veith. They keep fouling him. He's going to have 30 points before this game's over. He's got 28. Good-looking basketball player, Wyatt Veith. He's got good size. He can shoot it, play. He can really handle the ball, too. That goes unnoticed about his game.
St. Henry going to be your
29 points.
2020 champs.
So St. Henry will bring Charlie Watson in the ball game along with Gabe Ryan. And who's in there for Frankfort?
Let's see, you got 32, I believe.
That's what, Craig? Delano Craig. Also in there is Caleb Van Adder. There's a three-point attempt out. Knocked down way out front by Caleb Hack, and it's all over. 77-70. St. Henry All-A Classic state champions 2020.
Wow, congratulations to St. Henry, the Crusaders, on winning this All-A Classic. And I'm not sure, looking in the book, we'll have to look in the book, see if they've ever won it before, but I think we might have two newly crowned first-time ever champs. We'll have to see. Can I borrow your
go
book?
right ahead.
I think it's in the back of the book here.
I don't think they won it. Dave Faust has won it when he was at Newport Catholic, I believe.
Yeah.
The head coach. 77-70. We'll have, of course, the all-tournament team and those beautiful trophies. Runner-up trophy is almost as nice as the state champion. 77 for St. Henry. They were led in scoring by Wyatt Veith. He had 30 points. What an effort by Erlanger St. Henry, your 2020 All-A Classic state champions here at Eastern. Now we're going to turn our attention to the Public address announcement.
University in the city of Richmond. Without the cooperation and coordination of these outstanding hosts, the statewide basketball tournament would not be possible. Thanks Eastern Kentucky University President David McFadden, Richmond Mayor Robert Blythe, Conferencing and Events Executive Director Jill Price, and Richmond Tourism Director Roy Murphy-Tatum, and the respective staffs for the help in making this tournament a success. At this time, Jerry Bingham will present the statewide basketball runner-up trophy to the Frankfort Panthers.
By the way, St. Henry boys won it back in 2003, Gary.
Yeah, I think we mentioned that throughout the game. That was the year they went to the state tournament as well.
Presented by EKU President David McFadden to the head coach, David Faust of St. Henry.
Bethlehem's never won it for the girls. This was their first year. First time.
And now for the presentation of the awards for the all-tournament team for 2020. The first member of the all-tournament team, Chaz Austin from Frankfort. Your next member, Jude Bessler from St. Henry. And your next member, Will O'Brien from Frankfort. Your next member of the 2020 All-Tournament team, Luke Mayer from St. Henry. Your next member from Frankfort, Jackson Twombly. Your next member, Ryan Butler from St. Henry. And at this time, the presentation of the Most Valuable Award, presented by Richmond Mayor Robert Blythe, will be presented to Wyatt Beath of St. Henry.
I think they got that right, Gary.
once again another round of applause for your 2020 Boys All-A Classic Tournament team. Once again, I'd like to give a special thank you to the staff at EKU, the City of Richmond, and the community volunteers that helped put this tournament together. Thank you for your
All right, just real quick, a final 77-70. That's where we're at. Gary Ball, great job as always, man.
Thank you very much, William, for having me. And just remind everybody, we'll have high school basketball beginning next week on Prep Spin with our Mingy Beef Jerky Game of the Week. But we appreciate all the sponsors here on this All-A Classic.
Absolutely. Again, I want to thank WeWannaPlay.org for helping us put this game on today. Again, to all the Frankfort Panther fans that tuned in today, we appreciate you guys. We love you. We'll see you soon. Same thing with the St. Henry fans. We see you guys soon as well.
Thanks
and,
to
congratulations.
And thanks to Joe Allen, our cameraman.
Yeah, we couldn't do it without Joe up top. Thanks, everybody.